Hello, everyone. My name is Brigitte Vizina. I'm the Director of Policy, Open Culture and GLAM at Creative Commons. It's so exciting to be here. This is my first Wikimedia, and I'm so honored to be part of this program. My aim today is in just 10 minutes to give you a flavor of Creative Commons' new Open GLAM program. And I'll aim to explore the why, the what, and the how, and hopefully answer a few questions if we have time at the end. So first, not all of you might be familiar with the acronym GLAM. So what does that mean? It actually stands for galleries, libraries, archives, and museums. So it's just a nice way to refer to cultural heritage institutions. And their mission, which many of these institutions share, is to care for the cultural heritage in their collections and make it available to their users. And this mission squarely aligns with the open access ethos, right? Making their collections as openly accessible, shareable, reusable as possible is the best way for GLAMs to achieve their mission, especially as they digitize their collections and make use of digital technologies to enhance global access to their collection and also increase connections between their audiences and their collections in ways that are inclusive and equitable. And in the last few years, the Open GLAM movement, as we call it, has gained incredible momentum, and I'd say for two main reasons. So as I said, there's like a growing realization that GLAM's mission of providing access to their collections squarely aligns with the open ideal of free and unrestricted access to knowledge and culture. But also, GLAMs realized that in order to remain relevant in the 21st century, they not only need to show a strong online presence, but they also have to provide the means for their users and their audiences to interactively engage with the collections in ways that go beyond the traditional way of appreciating culture in a more passive way, so to speak. So sharing their collections should really be their top priority because access to culture and knowledge is essential to sustain a vibrant and thriving society. Now, unfortunately, going open is not always easy, and GLAMs face many barriers to opening up their collections. We actually know that only a tiny fraction of the world's millions of institutions are actually open. And these barriers range from complex copyright laws to conservative mindsets of the management within institutions, but also financial constraints, concerns. Digitizing, having a web presence can be prohibitively expensive. There's also a fear of a loss of revenue when collections are made openly available. But take copyright, for example. So, like I said, copyright laws are complex, and I think many of you face challenges of this kind almost on a daily basis. They vary widely from country to country, and laws have struggled to keep up with technological advancements in the digital age, and as a result, they're outdated. So GLAM's decisions about making a collection openly available online often hinges on navigating very complex issues about rights. So who owns the rights, how long they last, what exceptions and limitations apply, is something in the public domain, and if so, is it so worldwide? So knowing about copyright often requires expertise that's hard to access and it's expensive or sometimes even both. But at Creative Commons, we think that we really want to help GLAMs overcome these barriers, because if they don't, we will all miss out on the potential of open access to unlock universal access to knowledge and culture, especially pursuant to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. So in order to do that, we just launched a new Open GLAM program. We're very grateful to the Arcadia Fund to have a 5-year, $5 million program that will help us achieve that goal of of building a coordinated global effort to help GLAMs make the content that they steward openly available and reusable for the public good. So our program is made up of 4 key components, and I'll get into a bit more detail about them in the next slide. But just to give you an overview, the first component is policy. The second is about infrastructure, and I'll explain a bit more what I mean by that. The fourth one is capacity building and consulting, and the fourth component is community engagement. So in terms of the goals we want to achieve, according to these 4 components, in terms of policy, we want to create a global policy environment that's conducive to GLAM's mission. And what I mean by that is mainly making sure that copyright law is supportive of the interests and needs of GLAMs and of their users, so that copyright law do not raise unnecessary barriers, but on the contrary, help institutions make their collections available as openly as possible. In terms of infrastructure, what we mean by that is the suite of licenses and tools that Creative Commons offers. We want to maintain them and sometimes improve them if necessary to make sure that they are fit for purpose, that they are that they respond to the needs of the institutions on the ground. And we want to make sure that institutions understand them, that users understand them, and that there are all issues that may arise in their application are clarified. The third component is to build capacity. So we want to make sure that GLAM practitioners, so those working in institutions, have a good understanding of the core issues in going open. So copyright law, licensing, making sure that we understand what are the benefits, but also the challenges of going open. And to do that, we offer a CC GLAM certificate for practitioners where we go into the details of these issues, but we also offer tailored advice and consulting services to institutions themselves. And then the last component is about community engagement. We want to sustain an active and empowered open GLAM community. So we'll support community-driven initiatives like the Open GLAM Declaration, and we want to offer space for conversations, notably through the CC Open GLAM platform. So we want to make sure that all the challenges, but also the solutions and the opportunities, the developments that might arise in the Open GLAM world can be shared openly in an open network that can really build relationships and a very sustained community. So I want to leave a few minutes for questions. So if you want to know more and we don't have time to address this, please get in touch with me. There's my email address on the screen, and make sure that you also join our Creative Commons event that's taking place in just a month's time now, and we'll be having a lot of sessions on GLAM as well. So it's an opportunity to learn more. But I'm looking forward to any questions that you may have in the last minute, and thank you very much for your attention. I don't see any questions right now. All right, well, if there are no questions, I'm glad that this is probably an indication this was clear. Please get in touch with me if you want any follow-up conversations. And thank you very much to the organizers for this opportunity. And I look forward to attending the rest of the program. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.